Welcome my friends, my name is Renzo Montaiuti, the host of this channel, and today we are finding ourselves in Dunnellon, Florida. We have a beautiful new construction home built in 2022 on 2.14 acres of land, my friends. This property has endless opportunities. Maybe you're coming to Ocala or Dunnellon for the World Equestrian events. Maybe you're someone who's looking to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city life. My friends, we have all the opportunity today, and we're gonna go step inside and see what we find. Let's go. So one of the main reasons we wanted to do a video on this specific property is because we saw a ton of opportunity. Now, lately in this world, we've seen a lot of crazy things happening in the past 2 years. We've seen COVID-19, a worldwide pandemic happen, and suddenly it just disappeared. But now we're seeing weirder things happen, like train derailments happening within 2 days all across the country and polluting our water and our air. We're also seeing weird geographical events happening, volcanoes in Italy erupting, earthquakes in Turkey. And these are things that aren't really common happening in these areas, and they all happen within the past few weeks. So my thinking when I saw this property is essentially trying to create a completely off-grid home where no one can bother you, no one knows what you're doing, and you're completely self-reliant. Here on this property, there's tons of opportunity, and just to name a few things that went off the top of my head is maybe creating a chicken coop, having a garden of fresh non-GMO fruits. Also, you could have horse stables, you can have cattle, and there's so many different things. Maybe even creating a completely off-grid solar panels with its own battery and being able to charge the entire home and give it electricity self-sustainably. Also, this home is conveniently already connected to well water that comes from the Florida aquifer. So it already has the well water, but it does need electricity to run. So you could either do it with the solar panels, or you could get a manual lever and make it happen yourself. So these are some of the opportunities I saw with this home that initially popped into my mind. And this is something maybe a little more touchy subject, but I really wanted to share with you guys, my friends. So here we are. This is the property we will be touring today. It's gonna be a 4-bedroom home with 3 baths, 2,248 square feet, and a 3-car garage. I will be showing you the inside and outs of this home, and even some upgrades that the home is coming with, and something that I would even recommend adding to the home as well. Now, at the end of the video, I will also be breaking down the entire pricing of this home. This home has had about 3 different price reductions all the way since October and November of last year. So I'll be giving you guys the different price reductions. I'll also be giving you guys a recommended offer if you were interested in this property. Depending if you're going cash or financing it, I would recommend 2 different things. Also, if you are maybe a new first-time home buyer and you don't really know what it takes to buy a house or how much money you need, I'll be breaking it down for you, what your down payment needs to look like, what your closing costs need to look like, and essentially how much money you need to come to the table with. Also, I'll be going over a little bit about negotiating with sellers, what you can expect when you do fall into something that you feel like you love and you want to get the best deal possible. And last but not least, I'm gonna be speaking a little bit about for all those people who are maybe looking to purchase the United States and they don't live here. Maybe you're from Canada, maybe you're from Europe, South America, Central America. I'm gonna be covering exactly what you need to do and how a foreign national works for anybody looking to come into the United States. Now, my friends, we're gonna step in this property. Before we do, just wanna invite you to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're up to date on all the latest videos. And with that, my friends, let's get inside this property and see what we find. Come on. Boom! So here we are, my friends, right in front of this amazing property. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing about this home, and I think I mentioned it a little earlier, is that it's completely fenced in. So let's say you maybe have a lot of dogs, a lot of cattle, maybe you want some horses. What I would recommend if you had some dogs, just so they don't get out, putting the little wire fencing under that first slab of wood just so they're not digging under it. I don't think, unless they're like Olympic dogs, I don't think they're jumping over the fence or going through that middle part. But anyways, here we are. This is the 3-car garage, my friend. You have your 2-car right over here and then your 1-car over here. Both of these are gonna have their own separate garage door openers. I love these exterior lights. You also have these floodlights. So at nighttime, whenever somebody comes near, maybe someone got on your property or maybe there's an animal, these floodlights are gonna go off and scare them right away. So it does have that little enhanced kind of security around this property already. Here you're gonna have a lot of mulch area, landscaping that they put, and it's good that the shrubbery isn't too close to the home as well. They put a few plants and shrubs here, but you definitely could spruce this up to your own liking as well, which gives you a lot of potential. Also, they're gonna have that light pole and these little light fixtures as well down below. So now stepping into the home, you're gonna have this beautiful completely glass door. And yes, my friend, so now stepping into this amazing home, this just really gives you that sense of open floor plan. This is what an open floor plan is if you've ever wondered what it was. Here you're gonna have your vaulted ceilings, you're gonna have LVP, luxury vinyl plank throughout the entirety of the home. Here in the kitchen, you're already gonna have these nice light fixtures. And yeah, so this is gonna be your living space. It's about 14 feet by 22 feet. Here and here, my friends. So over here, we're gonna have the dining / breakfast nook area with this extra large window. It's gonna let you see the front of the property. You're gonna be able to see the 2 entrances on the left and the right side of the home. You got these nice hanging light fixture chandeliers coming from below. And yes, my friends, now stepping into this kitchen, we're gonna have this really nice upgraded quartz countertop. You're also gonna have these beautiful white cabinets. And down below here, where the dishwasher is, you're gonna have this different brown accent colored cabinets. But anyways, I love that they also put these little kind of carbon fiber, like fixtures on the cabinets as well. And yeah, so you're gonna be coming with the basic Whirlpool appliances, microwave, stove, dishwasher, and the fridge. Not sure if it's coming with the home yet, but I'm gonna ask the sellers and confirm that with you in the description of the video a little bit later. So here we are in this amazing kitchen, and one thing I noticed is I like the space between the extended island and where the stove is. So let's say maybe you're a cooker, maybe you guys love to cook, barbecue, have a lot of people cooking at the same time. Maybe it's Thanksgiving dinner, you can't be crammed in. So, you have a lot of space. If you need to move, boom, 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 make it happen. So anyways, we're gonna step right over here before we go anywhere. And this is gonna be your laundry room. I love that they already have this kind of wet sink right here. This is where your washer and your dryer is gonna go. And you got this nice hanging rack for extra storage. Now stepping into the 3-car garage, my friends. And yes, here's gonna be your AC air handler. It just got installed about when this house got finished being built, about 4 months ago, 3-4 months ago. Here's gonna be your tankless water heater. And yes, my friends, you're already gonna have garage door openers, a lot of lighting. And one thing I do like about this property is you're gonna have a side entrance into the garage as well. So the only entrance isn't through here, it's also a side entrance. So let's say you do a lot of garden work, have a lot of stuff in the garage, maybe it's a workshop, you can come in through the side instead of getting your whole hot, sweaty, dirty, self, going through the house to get in the garage. Anyways, my friends, over here, we're gonna have a small breakfast nook area with another window looking out back. But let's go to the biggest room and let's go to the main room of the house. And here we are. So here's the master bedroom, my friends. And you're gonna have carpet in all of the bedrooms. Anyways, you're gonna have 1-2 different windows that are gonna give you tons of natural light. Right over here, you also have another entrance and exit to the back patio, which is something amazing. Here, this room is absolutely incredibly large. You have enough room for a king-size bed. You have enough room for maybe even a sofa or lounge area if you like to read and relax, and plenty of room for your desk, your drawer, whatever it is. Now, stepping into the master bath, my friends, we are gonna be here and we're gonna have 2 separate closets. So this is gonna be for her or for him or for her. And yes, my friends, so here, this is a bathroom. This is a bathroom, my friends. You're gonna have that same quartz countertop, same color cabinets. I do love that you have this extra storage. Most builders are never gonna put this extra storage right here, and it looks like it's actually built into the wall. So this is something amazing, my friends. And then this walk-in shower is just unreal. You're gonna have the regular shower head and then the one coming from above. So look at that, my friends. So you don't have to get all wet and cold before you even step into the shower. And it's just something amazing in my opinion. Definitely want it in my house. And then here we have the private toilet. So let's say you gotta take care of your business, someone's showering, someone's brushing their teeth, you can have that privacy that you need, my friends. Right over here, you got your last linen closet, and that is the master bathroom. So let's go ahead and step back to the other side of the house. Now, my friends, so when you enter this house, if we're facing this way, on the west side, you're gonna have your master bedroom. Also, I forgot to mention, right over here, you're gonna have an extra storage space, like an extra linen closet kind of thing. But on the west side, you're gonna have your master bathroom, everything over here. And then on this side, you're gonna have your other 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So stepping into here, to the left, we are going to have essentially another bedroom. So this is a really nice bedroom. You're gonna have a lot of natural light. You have a little staggered kind of architecture in this room. The double door closets, my friends, so you do have a good amount of space. And what I also love is you have opportunity to get into the back patio space. Now we're gonna get out there in a sec right after check out these last 2 rooms. So let's go ahead. Now let's take a right, kind of do a little bit of a zigzag, and here we're gonna have essentially another room. This one's slightly bigger, does not have the entrance to the back patio, but still has the same closet space, slightly bigger. You have a nice window looking of, you know, the northeast side of the property. And yes, my friend. So now stepping into the personal bathroom for this room, here you're gonna have, you know, your really nice same countertop, toilet, and walk-in shower. I love that this isn't just a tub, it's a nice walk-in shower. And you're also gonna have this extra storage space right next to the sink. So, and this is honestly even a perfect like in-law suite. Let's say, you know, you're coming from up north and maybe you have your mom or your dad, or maybe you have extra kids, or you have another part of your family coming from another country and you just need an extra room that's more private for them. This house is perfect for that. You could even utilize the room that has that, you know, entrance from the patio, or you could utilize that room that has its own personal bathroom. Anyways, here we are in the last bedroom. This is gonna be in the back right corner of the home. And essentially here we are. This is gonna have the same double door closet, nice built-in LED lights, and nice, clean, sharp, crisp carpet in the rooms. Now we have the third and final bathroom, my friends. Same countertop, nice little thing by the sink. You got this nice ceramic backsplash as well with the tub, with the soaking tub. And yeah, so let's go ahead and step outside. So here we are stepping out, my friends, into the back patio. So you're gonna have a little bit of both. You're gonna have the covered patio overlooking kind of the northwest side of the home. You do have neighbors to the back over there. And I always recommend, if you're gonna be living on a piece of land like this, you make friends with your neighbors, especially if you're looking to get off grid. You wanna have a community of people that you trust and know and really earn that respect. So something does happen in a crazy world like ours, you know, you always have a community and people who are on the same page as you. Anyways, you're gonna have 2 ceiling fans outside in the covered patio area, and then you're gonna have this extra cement space right here. So, you know, there's so many things you can do with this. You could screen this in, you could kind of create a fire pit, you could do like a cabana space, which is nice. You don't have to re-permit this to get some extra concrete out here. And yes, my friends, so, you know, my thoughts are you could even get a pool out here in the back corner of the house. Maybe even put it right here and screen everything in. But yeah, so this is just such a nice property. Like, just look at these oak trees out here. It just such cool, the way they hang, the colors. We're finally we're starting to get into March, and Florida's turning green again. We did have a really cold winter, and you know, the trees died, but now we're getting green. We're coming back to life, and it's just something beautiful to see when we actually have changing of colors somewhat for us Floridians. We don't really get the full season effect, but this year we can feel ourselves going from winter into spring. So it's something great and new for us Floridians. Anyways, right over here is going to be your well that is going to be bringing the water from the Florida aquifer. Okay, so yeah, I do recommend getting that the hand lever, get that natural water and being able to do it manually, so you guys we're always hydrated out here in Dunnellon, Florida. Also, let's just walk around a little. We're here in Dunnellon, Florida, but we're right on the edge of Ocala. So we're very close to Highway 200, about 10 to 15 minutes away. And all your shopping centers, Publix, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, it's all gonna be within 10 to 20 minutes from here. Downtown Ocala is about 30 minutes from here, but you are essentially 10 minutes away from Highway 200, which gives you all the options of getting all the resources and shopping that you need. Not only that, we're also about an hour and 15 minutes away from downtown Orlando. Essentially, all you have to do is the main road that connects us to this community is the 484. So all you got to do is get on the 484, take it to 75, and then you get on 75, you go about 20 to 30 miles, get on the turnpike, and then get off the turnpike after about 20 to 30 miles, and you get on the 408, takes you smack dab in the center of Orlando. Now, let's say you wanted to go to the West Coast, you wanted to go to Tampa. Essentially, you're gonna get on the 484 and then head south on I-75, and that'll take you straight to Tampa, my friend. So we're really close to two major cities, and it's very useful and helpful, especially when maybe you do want to get back connected into a bigger city, and you do want to have some experiences like maybe going to NFL football games, going to Orlando Magic games. We even have the Tampa Bay Lightning that won the Stanley Cup the past few years. We have the Tampa Bay Rays, some MLB, and we have Orlando City Soccer, which is the greatest game in the entire world. So there's so many different things that you can do out here. We're also about 10 miles away from the World Equestrian Center, and for any equestrian family out there, we're only 10 miles away, so this is a perfect place to get your stables going or have your pet horses, have your cattle, have whatever you need, have some sheep, some lamb, whatever it is, my friends. So that is it. I'm just really enjoying this weather. It's about 75 degrees out here. This land, the oak trees, just honestly, if I was out here, I'd just create so many trees, avocado trees, mango trees, put some watermelons out here and just grow a bunch of fruit and have a ton of non-GMO, truly organic food on this land. And in my opinion, I think in 10 to 20 years, we're gonna be, having organic food, fresh food, non-GMO, non-genetically modified food is gonna be the new luxury. Most people, if you start going to the traditional places, you're gonna be getting GMO food, you're gonna be getting GMO fruit, vegetables, meat, whatever it is, crackers, Pop-Tarts, all that stuff is GMO. And I feel like non-GMO, non-genetically modified food, non-genetically modified vegetables, fruit is gonna be the new luxury in 10 to 20 years. So if there's anyone out there, I'd recommend buying some seeds. I think it's gonna be a great asset to have. But anyways, my friends, don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but here we are. Let's get inside and talk about some financing for anyone who's interested in this property. Let's go. So here we are, my friends, at the very end of the tour, and I'm just glad for all of you who have stuck with me towards the end, and now we're gonna get all of the information out to you guys. So the very first thing is, let's go ahead and get started on the price. The price of this home, it's currently listed on the market for $532,000. So $532,000, my friends, that is the current price on the market in this moment. This property started in the low 600s, back in October. They did about 3 or 4 price reductions, and now it's currently at $532,000. The tax amount for this house is going to be roughly about $5,000 to $6,000 per year. We are in Dunnellon, Florida. Taxes are slightly a little bit lower, but this property, they go based off the how much you purchased a home for. So you're looking around $5,000 to $6,000 on this home. Now, before I get into the finances and what your down payment looks like, I want to give you guys my recommended offer on this home. If I were someone coming from New York, California, wherever it is you're coming from, and you're like, hey, I want to buy this house cash right now, close in 10 days. Essentially, what I would recommend doing is putting an offer in starting at $495,000. Now, the comparables of this house do support a $520,000 to $530,000 price, but this house has sat on the market a few months, and at this point in time, I do know the sellers are a little reluctant to get this off their hands. Now, I do believe they're not gonna accept lowball offers. They wanna keep it around the price they need, but also depends on how desperate they are to sell. So my recommended price would be around $495,000 to $505,000 cash on this property. Let's say you have an FHA loan or conventional. FHA, you definitely could qualify. The maximum loan amount that FHA can do, I believe, is around $432,000 at this moment. With FHA, they just bumped it up like over $600,000, so there are no worries with that. But let's say you were doing an FHA or a conventional, I would recommend doing maybe around $515,000 to $520,000, but at the same time asking for about 2 to 3% in closing cost help. So 2 to 3% of essentially $515,000, I'd be asking for about $10,300 in help with your closing costs. Now I'll get into all the details of how much it costs and stuff like that right now. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's say you're looking to purchase this home with a typical conventional loan. This is probably the most used loan in America at the moment. It's since 2008, they've been utilizing conventional loans, and FHA loan is something they implemented after 2008 so that people could get into a house with a lower credit score and a lower down payment. It became for more affordable housing. But let's start with the conventional loan because you have that conventional loan limit possible on this type of house. So essentially, a conventional loan, you could do a first-time home buyer on a conventional with 5% down. So let's say you're doing $515,000 for this home, and you're putting 5% down. You're looking at $25,750, my friends. Now, when you buy a home, it's not just your down payment. You also have closing costs. Closing costs are going to consider inspections on the house. It's going to consider the appraisal of the home, which could be $500 to $700. Full inspections could be $300 to $500 depending on if you do a wind mitigation, which is a roof report, 4-point inspection, which touches all the main components of the house, AC, roof, plumbing, electrical, and all that good stuff. And then you could do a full inspection, which really hones in on every small detail about the house. Now on this new construction home, my main things would be, making sure the roof is good and doing a 4-point inspection. But, I do always recommend being as secure as possible. So go with the full inspection as well. So $400 to $500 depending on $300 to $500 depending on what you get for the inspection. You're gonna have $500 to $700 for the appraisal. Then you're gonna have lender fees. You're gonna have transfer fees. You're gonna pay your county taxes, your prorated county taxes. So you're gonna have a few fees, and it usually comes out around 3 to 4% of the purchase price of the home. So let's say it's $515,000. I'm gonna put a 3.5% closing cost. That's gonna be $8,025 for closing costs. Now, my goal as a realtor is to negotiate for the sellers to pay for those closing costs. If you're doing an FHA loan or a VA loan, you can do up to 6% that the sellers can contribute in closing costs. If you're doing a conventional loan, it's only a maximum of 3% that the sellers can contribute in closing costs. So if you do FHA, the minimum down payment is 3.5%. If you're doing a VA loan, you could do 0% down, and they will approve a price of $532,000. So yeah, there are different things we can do here, but essentially what I do is I get super aggressive with the sellers and say, hey, my clients really, they like this home, they're interested, but we would need to find the right deal to make this happen. Right now, would the sellers be willing to help the buyers a little with closing costs, and we can come up with a really good deal that helps both sellers and buyers? So typically I would say something along this term, probably a little bit more aggressive, but trying to get the best deal for you, the buyer. Anyways, You know what your down payment looks like for a conventional. For FHA, it's 3.5% down. For VA, it's 0 down. And closing costs are always gonna be 3 to 4%. So now let's talk about anybody who's outside of the United States and doesn't have your papers or work visas or anything like that here in the US. We do have something called a foreign national loan. They don't check your credit, they just check your assets, and if you have the money for a down payment, and if you have 3 months of reserves of what the monthly payment would be. Now, typically the rates on a foreign national loan right now could be like 8 to 10%, depending on what lender you use, but typically on foreign nationals, you're gonna need a minimum of 25 to 30% down to purchase it foreign national. It's very easy to do. The loans aren't super complicated and the underwriting isn't an extremely hard process. It's just about having the right assets and proving that you have the assets as well to the bank. They'd be happy to lend the money to you. Just make sure you have your ducks in a row and you can get it done. Now let's go back to the FHA and conventional about credit scores. Let's say you're looking to buy with an FHA and you have about 50 to 100 grand that you can put down so FHA can do their maximum loan amount. I think it's around 430,000. So let's say you put 100,000 down and you're going FHA to get the lower rate. Essentially, you want your credit to be 580 and over. Now, the higher your credit score is, the better, because if you have a 580 credit score, yes, you might get approved for the FHA loan, but essentially you're gonna get a more unfavorable interest rate. You'll probably get a much higher interest rate than the national average. Right now we're looking at 6.7 to 7.2 interest rates for FHA and conventional. And essentially if you have a 580 credit score of 600 and you got approved for FHA, you're probably looking starting at a 7.5 to 7.6. So you're really gonna get a high interest rate, and then you're gonna have to pay more money in points towards your closing costs to get that down. So it's super important to keep your credit high, my friends. I'm not in love with the system of needing credit, but I do understand it at the same time so that banks know where's a good place to lend, who's a good person to lend your money to. So essentially 580. Now if you're going conventional, a minimum of 660 credit scores. Now some lenders will tell you I can do it with 640, 620, but what they're not telling you is you're still gonna have to pay an arm and a leg in points. Even at 660, you'll have to pay a good amount in points because you're gonna start at a much higher interest rate. So anyways, those are the credit scores, down payments, foreign national loan. You have my recommended offer, my friends. And that seems like it is it for today, my friends. If there's anything I missed or anything you wish I touched on, please give me a comment. Please let me know what you think. And for anyone out there who has some understanding of what I was talking about a little bit earlier in the video, I'd love for you to text me at this number, call me. I'm always open to talk to people. And I also want to know what you would do with this property if this was your home. What would you do? Would you put solar panels? Would you create a completely off-grid home? What would you do? And last but not least, this home is in a flood zone, and essentially that means that there's really no chance of it flooding. Essentially, we're right here in Ocala, we're about 16 to 17 feet above sea level. So, this is the perfect place to be in Florida, safest place to be from the hurricanes, from the storms, from any flooding. So it's a really good place to be here in Florida as well. So that is it, my friends. Make sure to like, subscribe, give me a comment, let me know what you think. And I love you all dearly, and I hope to keep bringing you guys some amazing content. So with that, my friends, I'll see you later. Ciao, ciao.